When you were born, your father's father was then, your father wore it too. Alento, jolly rumbelow, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summertime, to welcome in the May, oh, the summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away, oh, while the sun is in the sky, a blazing bright and carefree, oh, we'll do the merry wood to hunt the buck and arrow. Alento, jolly rumbelow, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summertime, to welcome in the May, oh, the summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away, oh, what shall he have who snares the deer, his spinning horse to wear, oh, then sing him home without a care, there's a load of Alento, jolly rumbelow, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summertime, to welcome in the May, oh, for summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away, oh, and what of all the others there who made so great a boast, oh, they shall eat the feathered goose and we shall eat the roast, oh, jolly rumbelow, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summertime, to welcome in the May, oh, for summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away, oh, the Spirit's blessings on our folk, their power and their might, oh, to send us peace throughout the days, send peace by day and night, oh, Alento, jolly rumbelow, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summertime, to welcome in the May, oh, for summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away, oh, Alento.
Come over, if you'd like. Please be seated. Breathe in once more that fresh air, a bright space. The spirits of the sky are above us. The spirits of the land surround us. The spirits of the waters flow below us. Surrounded now by all the numinous beings. Of sky, of land, of waters, our hearts tied as one. Let us pray with a good Father.
So be it. Who will call for the earth? Oh, no, the outdwellers.
Children of the earth, our purpose is clear here. We're here to worship the spirits, make fellowship, find fulfillment in our lives. Those that are at cross purposes with these, we ask, would you stand down and step aside outside the light of our fire? We give you peace. We ask your forbearance. Your purposes are cross to these. And we ask you stand down, trouble not our work. Take this in token of our pact. Trouble it not. Likewise, children of the earth, look within yourselves and set aside for this time and in this space those things that will be a hindrance here during our ritual. Anger, tolerance, racism, jealousy. Find them within yourselves and set them aside. So be it.
So be it.
Children of the earth call out to the Earth Mother. Gaia, Jord, Gerd, and other multitudes of names you've been called. You support and surround us. We would not exist without you. Earth Mother, I accept this offering. Be with us today.
Earth Mother, accept our offering.
Earth Mother, accept our offering.
Yeah.
Burn, Earth Mother. And who will call to inspiration?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Children of Earth, we call out today to inspiration, to grant us creativity, fertility, kind words. Put them in the fire? Inspiration, be with us today.
Inspiration, be with us today.
As our ancestors did before us, so we do now. So may our children do in the future. Apparently with Skittles. Today we come into this space to honor the spirits, the ancestors, those who walked before us, the spirits of nature who surround us, the gods and goddesses who shine down upon us and ignite our inner flame. Today, too, we honor especially Heimdallr. For today, we think on those things that bring us diversity, joy. We think on those things that, like the rainbow, brighten us after the storm. We think on those things that bring us together as one folk, no matter our background, no matter who we are. Children of Earth, is it your will to do this work?
It is.
Then let us make our offerings with joy and with reverence. So be it.
So be it.
The attunement. Close your eyes and seek your center. Fill within and without a void. This is the nothing called Ganungaga, the void from the beginning of all. Feel now to the north the ice and the dark of Niflheim. Now a cold, powerful wind comes from the north and fills you with the dark and ice of that realm. Feel the land of eternal winter as it sinks into your flesh, slowly working into your blood and bone. Bring in a breath and feel the ice in your very soul. Now feel from the south the brightest heat of Muspelheim, land of light and fire. Feel as it warms your flesh, like a summer sun and a bonfire. Breathe in its heat as it thaws your bones and becomes part of your down to the spirit. And where the fire meets ice, where those two primal flowers meet, see something new form. A single drop of water, one drop that contains all of the potential of both powers that made it. Let that water empower you, making you fire and ice. Khan and Isa, the power of creation sits within you and within each of us.
We often say a cosmology prayer at the end of our attunement, which is in your program. The waters support and surround us. The land extends about us. The sky stretches out above us. At our center burns a living flame. May all the kindreds bless us. May our worship be true. May our actions be just. May our love be pure. Blessings, honor, and worship to the Holy Ones. So be it. You have heard of the fire and the ice of Niflheim and Muspelheim. We are here in this space, and we are to take heed of that myth and realize that it is the foundation for what we do here. In the beginning, before there was soil or sky or any green thing, there was the void, Ginnungagap. And to one side there was Muspelheim, of which you have heard, where there was nothing but fire and heat, and none could withstand that heat who was not native to that realm. And to the other side there was Nibelheim, the land of ice and cold and heavy frost that froze everything utterly that was within it. Then the smoke and heat from Muspelheim and the cold and frost from Nibelheim crept toward each other in Ginnungagap. And where they met, the fire of Muspelheim melted the frost of Nibelheim, and it created drops of water. These ran together and created the first of the race of godlike giants, the Jotnar. His name was Ymir. And out of that running frost also was created another being, the cosmic Chow Aldumbla. And from her teats 4 rivers of milk streamed and fed Ymir. And she in turn was nourished by the salt in the ice that was all about her. When first she licked, she uncovered a hair. When second she licked, she uncovered an entire human head. And when third she licked, she uncovered an entire strong man. This was Buri, the first of the Aesir. Buri had a son, Bor, who was married to Bestla, the daughter of one of the Jotnar. And of Buri and Bestla were born Odin, who became the chief of the Aesir, and Vili and Ve, his brothers. Odin and Vili and Ve slew Ymir, and they took his body into Ginnungagap, there to create a world from it. From his flesh they created the soil. From his blood around the soil they created the encircling sea and all the lakes. From his bones the mountains they formed. The rocks and pebbles they formed from his teeth and his jaw. From his hair they made the trees and all vegetable life. His brains they threw into the air as clouds, and his skull they lifted up into the heavens as a firmament, setting at each corner a dwarf, Nordi, Surri, Austri, and Vestri, there to hold up the sky. And they took the last sparks coming from Muspelheim, and they scattered them about in the void, there creating the stars and the planets, and giving each their place and their path. Finally, in the midst of the soil and the waters that surrounded it, they took the eyebrows of Ymir, and they made a stronghold Midgard, where we find ourselves today, supported by the limbs of the world tree Yggdrasil. And so we here today look at the hallows that we have on our altar. The well, which is a part of the waters that came from the blood of Ymir. The fire, which originally came from Muspelheim, and then mingled with the waters of Nibelheim to create sacred space. And we see the tree. Could be the Bile, could be this tree right behind it. That is the world tree Yggdrasil. Here we are in the middle of sacred space, and we declare this our sacred center. Oh, that's still me. Okay. It is not sufficient for our work here that these hallows of fire and well and tree be merely the sacred center. Instead, we ask that they be opened as gates, that they may bring our prayers to the gods, to the dead below, to the spirits of nature in all realms. And for this work, we call out to a gatekeeper. I call out here from the center of the world to Ratatask, the squirrel who runs up and down the world tree Yggdrasil, carrying messages to and fro, going out across the branches, going out through the roots, going out through the crown of the tree. Everywhere he goes, he can bring our prayers and our messages. And so I say, Ratatask, great squirrel, great chittering one, come aid me in my work today. Join your magic with mine, that I may open these gates for the good of the folk. Ratatask, accept my offering.
Ratatask, accept our offering.
Now, Ratatask, aid me as we open these gates. May this well, which now is only a bowl of water, deepen and become a shaft that flows to the underworld, where the ancestors and those spirits of below may hear our prayers. May this fire, now merely a fire in a barbecue pit, rise and be a pillar of flame that rises to the heavens, bringing with it our prayers. And may this tree, which now is merely wood, rise to the heavens and sink to the earth, and become the world tree Yggdrasil, that it may carry our prayers to all the worlds and all the realms. I say, let the gates be open.
Let the gates be open.
Be it so.
Who now will call to the ancestors?
I do.
The children of the earth call out to our ancestors, our mighty and beloved dead, those heroes whose tales have been sung for generations, and those who are remembered in our hearts, who loved us and aided us and protected us, leaving their steps for us to follow. To the ancestors of this place, we call out to you. Let us walk upon your land with dignity and grace, and may you join with us in this rite. May the ancestors of our blood hear us and hear our great thanks for the lives you have led to bring us to this place. To the ancestors of our heart, those who may not have been of our blood, but whose ties to us were even stronger, our teachers, our mentors, our allies. Hear us and be with us. Send your magic to join with ours. Be warmed by our good fire and pray with us. Ancestors, accept our offering.
Ancestors, accept our offering. And who will call to the spirits of nature?
I do.
That's good, yeah.
All right, this one. We call out to the Landvatir and the Midrid spirits of nature, such as the Rites, the Elves, and the Woodrose. We respect and revere the noble spirits of the land all around us. We desire that the land spirits hear our call and guide us in their wisdom to live in harmony with the land. As spring approaches, we consider the seed that germinates to sprout new life, that in turn grows and falls and leaves a seed to continue the journey again in a continuous cycle. Help us see in the spring the meaning of the seed, the source of creativity and the growth of new beginnings. Speak to us of the germination of the seed, its growth, creativity, and communion with everything around it. Let us see growth. Our seeds turn into mighty trees like the great world tree Yggdrasil, which has at its base the serpent Nidhogg, on its bark the mighty squirrel Ratatask, relaying messages, and at the very top the mighty hawk Vurulfnir and an eagle. Standing strong like the world tree, we offer homage to the Landvatir and the Midrid spirits of nature. Landvatir and the Midrid spirits of nature, accept our sacrifice.
Landvatir, accept our sacrifice. And who will call to the shining gods and goddesses?
O shining ones, we honor you as you have come to meet with us here and to talk with me. And I have almost no plot here, so I will just talk about you. Some of the great shining experiences that I have had involve first a little zip of light and then look over and something else is going on. And if something is really going on, a wink. You do that better than any of us. So you're welcome here, and we would like you to stay and join us. Need to get something to...
Anything but the Skittles. I think this is it here.
Not that or this?
No, take it, yeah.
Okay.
Just grab the whole thing. Yeah, get the whole thing.
There
you go. Here,
the whole thing. I've been winked over here. Okay.
Shining ones, accept this offering.
Shining ones, accept this offering.
Yay.
Have the folk brought praise for the kindreds? Fantastic. Remember, the well, the burning, stirring things out there. Bring it forth. Ancient ones are stirring. Here I am listening. Eyes wide open for the shades to appear. Dark and listless night. You are the light. High upon the mountain. Guiding me home. Guiding me home. Guiding me home. Noble ones are stirring. Here I am listening. Eyes wide open for the shield to appear. Hidden and wonderful sight. You are the light. In among the forest trees. Guiding me home. Guiding me home. Guiding me home. Shining ones are stirring. Here I am listening. Eyes wide open for the gods to appear. Glorious and full of light. You are the light. As above and as below. Guiding me home. Guiding me home. Guiding me home. Ancient ones are stirring. Here I am listening. Eyes wide open for the shades to appear. Dark and listless night. You are the light. High above the mountain. Guiding me home. Guiding me home. Guiding me home.
That's for the Earth Mother.
Noble ones are stirring. Here I am listening.
Okay, that's gonna go in the well. Okay, let's.
Eyes wide open for the
No. We'll drop it. Get at it.
hidden and wonderful
Okay, now four, we're gonna go put these by the tree.
In the well. Good job.
Good job, buddy. Guiding me home. Guiding me home. Guiding me home. If you would like to lay them on the fire or on the ground, that's fine. Shining ones are stirring. Here I am listening. Eyes wide open for the gods to appear. Glorious and full of light. You are the light. As above and as below. Guiding me home. 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 Now who will call to Heimdallr?
That would be me.
Woohoo!
Children of Earth, today we call out to Heimdallr. Far seeing, far hearing, and hear the grass grow, the wool on the sheep grow. See across Bifrost, the rainbow bridge, to know when those whom are his charges may come and go, striving ever after the highest, loftiest goals, brightest and highest of mind, son of 9 mothers, the 9 sisters, the 9 waves of the sea. You who are seer and hearer of everything across the 9 worlds, be with us here today. Know it is in our hearts. Help us see beyond. Help us use the wisdom of foresight to know the correct path to travel. Guide us across the bridge that will be our transformation. Heimdallr, accept our offering.
Heimdallr, accept our offering. Good throw. Have the folk brought praise for Heimdallr?
Yeah.
I have. Then bring it forth, in song or in physicality. High above, bright shining Heimdallr, you keep your vigil for heaven and earth. By your God, quick and unsleeping, we live protected in mid-God's bliss on. We, the children of earth, look to the sky with wonder, knowing that beyond the blue, you stand on a rainbow of light. High above, bright shining Heimdallr, you keep your vigil o'er heaven and earth. By your God, quick and unsleeping, we live protected in mid-God's place on. You see past the stars, our seeing sentry of Asgard, grant us a share in your gift, that we may prepare our own way. High above, bright shining Heimdallr, you keep your vigil o'er heaven and earth. By your God, quick and unsleeping, we live protected in mid-God's bliss on. Gleaming in gold and in white, you outshine the sun, cool and tawny. All those who draw near your gate are awed by your radiance and light. High above, bright shining Heimdallr, you keep your vigil o'er heaven and earth. By your God, quick and unsleeping, we live protected in mid-God's bliss on. 9 mothered sun clad in light, humanity shares in your glory, as you guard all those dwelling high. We fight for all peoples below. High above, bright shining Heimdallr, you keep your vigil o'er heaven and earth. By your God, quick and unsleeping, we live protected in mid-God's bliss on.
Is there any further praise to be offered this time?
Thank you.
Any further? Children of Earth, take a moment and remember your center. Be filled once again with the feeling that connects heaven and earth through you. As you do so, know that these gifts we have given will be heard, will be seen, will be tasted and felt by the spirits. All that is left upon our altar to be offered is prepared to go to them. As we pour out these offerings, let all of your offerings, all of your praise, all of your words and thoughts flow through those gates as well. Children of the earth, we call out. Spirits all, you whose voices we have heard on the wind, you who have heard our words in turn. As we return any left unused, as we draw it forth, let these offerings call for those blessings that we seek. Let them flow through the gates. Let them fill us all with light and joy. Kindreds all, accept our sacrifice.
Kindreds all, accept our sacrifice.
As our offerings flow through the gates, let us call out now as we turn the hinge of the right and ask what blessings we receive in turn.
And the first question is?
First we ask, have our offerings been accepted?
Have our offerings been accepted? Kanaz. They have. Knowledge.
Knowledge is good.
Yes. And second question.
What further needs do the kindreds have of us?
What further needs do the kindreds have of us? Unyo, joy.
And what blessings do they offer us in turn?
And what blessings are we offered in turn? Ahas. And I need to reference that one. Movement and change for the better. Say these are good omens.
They are indeed. So our omens are knowledge, joy, and movement.
And movement for better.
For better. All right. Children of Earth, when we make these offerings and we receive blessings back, it's our chance to reflect on them and consider how they apply to us. So think now on these omens that you have heard, on knowledge, on joy, and movement. Think how they affect you, what they mean to you. Think, too, on what they mean to the greater community and what we can take forth into the entire world from this rite. as we draw those blessings into ourselves. Children of Earth, is it your will to do this work with these blessings?
It is.
All right. All waters are by their very nature sacred. We have separated out these waters that they might be filled with the blessings we have just heard. Blessings of joy, knowledge, and movement. These blessings well up from the earth, drawn from the well of wisdom from the spring of renewal, to meet here in this vessel. Shining ones, give us the waters.
Shining ones, give us the waters.
They are drawn from the cauldron of rebirth, from the spring of inspiration across the land to these waters. Shining ones, give us the waters.
Shining ones, give us the waters.
They are drawn down from the heavens in sunlight, drawn down in rainwater, drawn down to flow here to this space. Shining ones, give us the waters.
Shining ones, give us the waters.
Drawn from that spring, drawn from that cauldron, drawn from the heavens, set aside here. Children of earth, behold the waters of life.
Behold the waters of life.
These are the waters that carry the sum total of those blessings that fill us up, warm us, and cool us at the same time. Children of earth, what are we singing?
Blessings in the waters.
Let these blessings be in the waters. Let them fill us and cool us as we do the work today.
May the power of the kindred be shown to me. May the omens and the blessings be shown to me. May the blessings in the waters fill my soul. May the wisdom of the kindreds make me whole. May the power of the kindred be shown to me. May the omens and the blessings be shown to me. May the blessings in the waters fill my soul. May the wisdom of the kindreds make me whole. May the power of the kindred be shown to me. May the omens and the blessings be shown to me. May the blessings in the waters fill my soul. May the wisdom of the kindreds make me whole. May the power of the kindred be shown to me. May the omens and the blessings be shown to me. May the blessings in the waters fill my soul. May the wisdom of the kindreds make me whole. May the power of the kindred be shown to me. May the omens and the blessings be shown to me. May the blessings in the waters fill my soul. May the wisdom of the kindreds make me whole. May the power of the kindred be shown to me. May the omens and the blessings be shown to me. May the blessings in the waters fill my soul. May the wisdom of the kindreds make me whole. May the power of the kindred be shown to me. May the omens and the blessings be shown to me. May the blessings in the waters fill my soul. May the wisdom of the kindreds make me whole. May the power of the kindred be shown to me. May the omens and the blessings be shown through me. May the blessings in the waters fill my soul. May the wisdom of the kindreds make me whole. May the power of the kindred be shown through me. May the omens and the blessings be shown through me. May the blessings in the waters
Think once more on these omens. Consider them. Know that they are blessings from the spirits, that they can fill you.
What are you guys doing?
What? Good to know. Okay. Breathe in that joy. Let it fill you. Come here. You know, like it fills all of us when the kids are around. And children of Earth, drink deep of those blessings. Sláinte.
Sláinte. Yes, go.
All right. Workings, eh?
Workings. I can noodle or whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Is this box built for this purpose, or do you?
The box is built for the purpose, indeed.
I just didn't know if you need it back.
I mean,
Okay.
whatever. You gonna work?
I mean, I'll do the physical bits. You do whatever works, and I'll do your arms. Yeah.
If we weren't, we wouldn't be doing it right. All right. Children of Earth, these omens are strong ones, and we carry them forth into our lives and into our work. And so today, we have to pass out to each of you a token. One for courage, one for vision, and one for fertility. This is great. I've never had a mime to help me before. And so, newly instilled with these blessings as you are, I ask that you push them forth as we first drench them with our blessings as well. As we pass them over the flame, that they may be filled with the fire and the work that we have done today. And that as they are lifted to the heavens and lowered to the earth, they are connected to all as we are. As we hand them out later, you will each get one. Take it as an additional part of your blessing. And as we dance the maypole later, with the ribbons drawn from the colors of the rainbow, drawn from the lights of heavens and the waters of the land, think on how you can carry those blessings forth in the unique way they tie to you. Let's take them and pass them out, shall we?
I was going to tie him to the maypole.
each token, first is to remind you of the blessing. The second is you can slip the end of your ribbon into it and not lose your grip as you dance. So, after we close out this rite, we'll take our tokens over and we'll dance our maypole. We'll let those blessings flow from the heavens and the earth to us and back out. Children of Earth, it's good work we do today, and I thank you all for being part of it. So be it.
So be it. So having given offerings and received blessings in return, we now thank all those who have helped us to do our work today, beginning with our deity of the occasion, Heimdallr.
High above, bright, shining Heimdallr. We are ever grateful for your presence here today and in our lives. We stand protected. We stand given the gift of vision to see the path and plot our course. Heimdallr, we thank you.
Heimdallr, we thank you. And to the Shining Ones.
Shining Ones, we respect and appreciate your attendance here. And there is another thing we might talk about, which is courage. Like standing up here again. Thank you.
Shining Ones, we thank you.
There we go. This way.
Landvatir and the Midrid spirits of nature, such as the elves, Rite, and woodrose. We thank you for bestowing upon us your blessings, the blessings of creativity and new growth, and also the hopefully warming of the season. Land spirits, we thank you.
Land spirits, we thank you.
We see the ancestors that have come and surrounded us today with their love, their presence, and their wisdom, for giving us their vision today and in the past and in the future, we hope. We say, ancestors, we thank you.
Ancestors, we thank you. And to Ratatos, great chittering squirrel, I see your energy here. For delivering our messages, for helping us to bring our words to the spirits and our offerings to them. Ratatos, we thank you.
Ratatos, we thank you.
And I ask you, Ratatos, to join your magic with mine once more as we close these gates. May this bile, which has been the world tree, stretching from the heavens to the underrealm, and to all the worlds and realms in between, may it come back and be merely a pillar here on this altar. And this fire burning merrily in the grate, that has been a pillar of flame, bringing our prayers and our offerings to the gods and spirits above, may it come back and be merely a cheerful fire here in this space. And this well, which has been a shaft reaching into the underworlds, rise up and be merely a handled bowl sitting on the altar. Let the gates be closed.
Let the gates be closed.
Who now will thank inspiration?
We thank the spirits of inspiration who have put up with me butchering this. Thank you for blessing our words, our thoughts, our hearts, and our actions. We thank you.
Inspiration, we thank you. And to the Earth Mother.
And to the Earth Mother, your presence is here always, but we acknowledge you today and give you thanks for having been part of this ritual. Thank you, Earth Mother.
Thank you, Earth Mother.
Try that again. Thank you, Earth Mother.
Thank you, Earth Mother.
Already thanked Inspiration. Children of Earth, hold these blessings inside you. Remember the feel of this rite. Walk with wisdom and go with the fire.
Go with the fire to the maypole area. Go with the light of the fire inside you. Go with the light of the gods inside you. Go with the ancestors beside you. Go with the fire. Are you leading this madness?
I'll give it a shot, but I'm not dancing in this. So
I mean, it's just walking.
it is. So here's what we need. Has anyone here ever danced a maypole before? A couple of folks. Excellent. That's actually more than I expected. All right. So what we have. Yes, they are.
So we need an even number, right?
We need an even number. And we need volunteers. All right, come on over
It's
here.
super easy if you've never done it before. Trust. Really, really simple.
4 volunteers.
Have a purple one.
We also have purple. We have plenty of purple.
Yay.
I want to orange one.
I'll wait for them. I just don't want yellow.
Yes. Untangling is something that has to be done. So.
I'm gonna come over here.
All right, now the fun part is trying to get them started untangled. So.
I need to go over
If you're up near the top, you're good. If you're not, you can go around. We'll see if we can figure out. All right, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. You need to go There we go. We have thought about this in advance.
Michael.
Oh, wait. Oh, we got it. Boom. All right. So, folks, I think we're good. We can start. What I want you to do is space yourselves out mostly kind of evenly.
Daddy, can I do that? It's a friends over here, guys.
Yeah, spread out. So let's spread that way.
Yep. So spread around this way. We got a big hole over there. We got a whole bunch of people over here.
Cora, hold Daddy's hand.
Anyone over here?
Tom, come on over.
I want to do it.
You can hold my hand while I do it.
Yeah, you guys aren't tall enough, but you can hold her hand.
Yep.
Mom,
All right.
do it.
So here's what we're gonna
I
do.
want to do it.
Okay, here, just hold it tight.
I want to hold one.
All right. You got your tokens?
Let go. Let go.
We're gonna explain. Don't worry about it.
Take your token.
Never done something.
Fold your ribbon over a little bit
I want that.
and slide it through the loop.
I want
Hopefully be just big enough to do that.
I want one.
I know. And I'm listening to you.
I want
Double knotting it.
You just gotta tie
Is
it
that
on a
yellow
little bit.
one unspoken for?
Yes.
Yes, the other one is unspoken for.
All right, here.
Do we have just the right number? This is kind of awesome. Again, this will help you hold on to your ribbon. It is not only a blessing, it is also a useful thing.
I got it.
So we're going to be chanting over, under, over, under, over, under.
That is the best chant ever, frankly. All right, so.
That was our most successful.
So what we're going to do is every other person needs to turn one direction or the other.
Here.
So, hey, look, you guys started turning.
You should probably face your husband.
Counting off.
You want to count off?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she'll be a 1, and then 2, 1, 2, 1, two.
1,
2.
So ones can face clockwise. Twos face counterclockwise.
You're facing that way.
He's a
You're
one.
a one, I'm a two.
You're facing that
Okay, I think
way.
that's
You're
right.
facing this way. You're facing that way. You're facing
Okay, thank you.
You're facing that way.
Are all the ones going
Look
over
at this.
first?
Hang on, Donna, hang on, Donna.
We'll get there in a second.
Putting on my dance master hat now. Okay, so you're facing each other, right? You're gonna pass by right shoulders. So Jessica's gonna pass
pass our
Tom
right.
right, and then left. That will work.
So
Trust
we're
me.
weaving. Yep, exactly. Yep. And that's how it ends up like a braid
up.
like that. You can see up towards the top, that's where we started. We didn't know what we were doing, and it gets the braid gets nicer as we got better at it.
And
So
then
all
it
you
gets
have
bad
to
at the
do-
bottom because some of us are too short.
Too short to keep going. Yeah.
So all you have to do is just keep going right,
Pass on
left,
the right
right,
shoulder,
left.
then
So you're
pass on
passing
the
right shoulders and left shoulders. And I guarantee you it will come out properly if you do that. So which way are you passing first?
Right shoulder.
Okay, so your right shoulder should be basically touching as you go past each other, and then it's left shoulders, right, left, okay? Alright, so I'm gonna get out of this mat.
Oh my God, you're a buffer larper.
Right, left, shoulders.
Are you a buffer larper?
Alright?
It's a buffer
Now I'm
larper.
gonna turn it back over to Michael, because I'm just gonna sit here and play some nice atmospheric music.
All right.
Hold on. Okay.
So as we dance this,
Then let go.
you need to remember your omens.
Listen.
Remember your color and your token as well, just in case you drop it.
You are just a met.
Breathe deep. Please don't kill the children. Go at your own pace. Don't run too fast. Don't go too slow. All right. And keep in your mind, over, under, over, under. And that's the order.
Ready and go. Right.
And left. And right. And left. And right. There you go.
Yep, all that's up.
Slow down, it's okay.
Keep going.
Remember our omen of joy. Here it is. Right.
Watch out, buddy, watch out! I think I'm under you.
Okay. Right again.
I don't know what we're doing now.
That's all right. If they go under a little weird, that's fine. There you go.
Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. Yes, please.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
I know what kind I had. I'll just take it.
I think that we might be coming close.
That is what they're there for. So. I think this is it. I think this is where we.
All right.
All right, guys.
Children of Earth. Once again, think on what we've done today. Take a look at how we actually mostly did okay on this.
Towards the middle.
Draw your token back off of your ribbon. It's all right, we have plenty of tokens. The work that we've done here today is good. It's brought us closer together, literally and figuratively. So, as you go around and collect these. work too hard at this.
It's true.
Thank you. Is this yours? Okay, I will hold on. I will hold on to it for you. You want to take it home? Okay.
Just give you a chance to
It is. Deeply growing. What's going on here? Excellent. Thank you. Tie off these ribbons. Let us think once more. Remind ourselves of joy, which, when we do this, is always entertaining. Feel brightened, feel warmed, feel blessed. The work we've done is good. Journal of Earth, thank you all. Please join us for potluck for a little bit. Happy to answer questions to chat. We appreciate you all coming.
And please, this comes up a lot. If you didn't bring anything for potluck, it's
Eat
cool.
anyway.
Eat some food. There's plenty.
Hospitality is one of our virtues. Please, come and join us. And thank you all.